Welcome, I'm Dr. Eamon P. Doherty, and I'm the Cybercrime Training Lab Director here at FDU and Associate Professor. This is our second webinar, and it's the overview of computer forensics topics. How is this accomplished in a computer forensic environment? We always want to preserve evidence and change as little as possible in an investigation. We don't want to compromise the investigation. That's why we use a write blocker, so that we do not create any temporary files or change any metadata on image files that we may open. When we open an image, we alter the last access date. Then the defense lawyer may say that the client didn't open that, and then that may compromise our examination. Well, we want to work on a dead system and not a live system, because a live system is dynamic and changing. Files are changing, dates are changing, and it opens the door to doubt, possibly compromising the investigation if it goes to court. A dead system has old access dates, old times, old file dates. It's easy to see that the files were looked at a certain time or last accessed at a certain time. The dead system is an unchanging system. It's a snapshot of evidence in a period of time. I'd like to show you the logic cube here. The logic cube is a very interesting device because it allows one to copy things from the suspect's drive to the clean drive that we're going to use for our investigation. So first of all, we take the clean drive that's here and we wipe it just to make sure there's no viruses on it, there's no residue of any old files or pictures or anything like that. So we wipe this. Then what we do is we put the suspect's drive right here. And this has a built-in write blocker. So nothing has changed on this, but everything that's on here is copied exactly to here, and there's a digital signature. And this looks almost like a child's toy, but that's to make it simple and so that you don't feel as stressed in such a stressful situation where you're copying a drive. We don't want to make any type of changes to any type of the digital media that we have. So even if you come across an antique 5 1/4 inch diskette, which could happen, there's a notch on the side. You want to put a piece of tape over that. Even if you come across something that's a little bit antique, such as this 3 1/2 inch diskette, there is a hole here, and what you want to do is make sure that this is write protected so that you don't make any changes on it. So again, it's very important to make sure that you don't change any of the digital media that you come across. This is Parabin's PDA seizure. Okay, it's the older software of device seizure. Okay, PDA seizure only does PDAs. Device seizure does PDAs and cell phones. And this type of software is very important to run on your examination machine so that you can hook up a cable and then you can pull all the information off the PDA or the cell phone and then get it onto your examination machine to look at. Now this type of software, whether it's PDA seizure or device seizure, it has a built-in write blocker so that you don't change any of the evidence. If you look at this slide number 7 that I have, I'm telling you how to go into the H-key local machine system, current control set, control, storage device policies, and change the write protect to a 1. And basically what that does is by changing the registry, you can make it so that you are write protecting your USB drive so that you don't make any changes on any type of device that's connected up to the USB drive, such as a camera or a PDA or any type of digital device, a cell phone, anything. So this way you don't compromise evidence. This is a desktop hard drive. You can find this in most type of desktop machines. And this is a write blocker. And when this write blocker is connected, it makes any changes impossible to this hard drive. And then what I would do is I would put a ribbon here to the motherboard. So it's very important to preserve evidence. And in our examinations, we wouldn't use the suspect's hard drive. We would use the copy, or I should say the image that we made, the clone, with the logic cube to examine with the write blocker so that we don't make any changes even on the forensic copy. If you look at this slide, you will see that the write blocker is connected to the hard drive, and the write blocker is also connected to the motherboard. And in that way, we can look at the forensic copy of the cloned suspect's drive without making any changes to it. And the interesting thing is that the write blocker will even tell us how many times it prevented writing to that hard drive.